Right. Welcome to adv.photos, and this is my end of year chat. 2018 for me hasn't been as good as I would have liked. Didn't do enough photography, I don't think. Certainly for the first part of the year. I didn't do anything really until I got my XH1, which was in May, I think, May, and then of course I changed to an XT3 in September, and most of my work this year has been done on that XT3. I have, if you've noticed by this video, changed what camera I'm going to shoot my vlogs on from now on. Managed to get myself a Canon M50, and that's what I'm shooting on now, rather than my XT3, mainly because it has a nice little flip out screen so I can see what's going on. Also because the video codec, for some bizarre reason, wasn't being accepted by some of my video editing software, so that wasn't very helpful. I could of course update it, but I'd have to update my whole system. Basically it's like 4 years old. Anyway, getting back to it, so positives from 2018. XH1, the eye bits on that was actually very good, I have to say. I was surprised, especially when I used a non-stabilised lens on it at Silverstone, shooting 120 frames a second 1080p video. That was surprising, really was. And then of course the XT3 came out, so I dumped it for the XT3, and the XT3 is fantastic. It's a wonderful camera. Bit bummed it didn't have IBIS in it, and a bit bummed that not all the lovely red badged lenses aren't stabilised as well. Come on Fuji, 2019, stabilise all those red badge lenses, because they cost enough as it is, and they are incredibly sharp lenses. So yes, I took some experimental shots before Lightroom updated in early October, I think it was. Yes, early October is when they managed to update Lightroom, I seem to remember. And since then, gone out a few more times, up on the downs, down on the river, and then in first week December the 6th, I did a portfolio shoot in the studio with 4 models and a makeup artist, and that's where the camera's really has shone. You can see some really sharp images. I mean, especially in the eyes, the eye focus, the eye autofocus. I've heard a few people criticising it, saying it's not very good, it's not as good as Sony's and all this, that and the other. But when you look at what you're paying for the XT3, that eye focus, 9 times out of 10 it hits it. And in fact, one photo, it was so good, it actually got me, in the reflection of the eyes, it focused on me in the eye itself. That's how sharp it was. I now got a nice collection of lenses to go with my Fuji. I have the 16-55 2.8, the 50-140 2.8, and the 80mm macro 2.8 as well, and a 1.4 1.4 magnifier that you stick behind the lens. All weather sealed, which is great, and the camera itself is weather sealed as well. Even though people, oh no, it's made in China, it doesn't matter. It's weather sealed. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that camera. Looking forward to 2019. I'm hoping to shoot a lot more videos with this. That's why I bought this camera, so that I would shoot more videos. That's my intentions for 2019. To shoot at least one video every couple of weeks. Hopefully not just me sitting in front of my desk in my bedroom, but also out there in the field, as it were, as well. I do have another camera for that, which I haven't tested yet. Which is this little fella here. It's basically a cheap GoPro type thing. This is the waterproof casing for it. Yep, auto ISO took a little while to adjust there. That's one of the things I've got to get used to, is how the auto ISO on this thing adjusts. So I'll be taking that out with me, and possibly this as well. I want to check that out first, see how it goes. It's got built-in time lapse, which is great because I want to do some time lapses, not just with my X-T3, but also some time lapse video on this thing. Okay, so yes, I'm hoping to go to quite a lot of places in 2019 as well. A lot of them in the UK, obviously, because going for little short breaks. So like taking a Friday off and a Monday off, travelling up on a Friday, spending the weekend, which, depending on when I go and where I go, I could encounter a lot of people or not. And I may even do some street photography as well. But mostly it's going to be sort of like landscapes and seascapes. I would like to do another portrait shoot, so I'm going to try and arrange another one of those in February at the same studio I used in Brighton before, because that's a very good studio. It's funny actually, I discovered a lot of studios, they give you a base rate, which is how much you can rent the studio space for, but then they add on to that the cost of using lights and modifiers. But this one in Brighton, it's all included, and it was very cheap. I mean, it's quite small, but it's perfect for doing portraits. So yes, and it's like 5-minute walk from Brighton Station as well, which was great. So everybody could get there pretty easily. So yeah, I'm hoping to do another one of those. I'll include a link in the description of the video to the albums, well, galleries in my 500 pics, so you can have a look at what I shot. Some of them I re-edited using Portrait Pro 18, something I've not used before because I didn't have it at the time. And so, like, yeah, I've re-edited a couple of them. Well, more than a couple, but you'll see. Okay, what else? Yeah, so places in the UK. A lot of them are national parks, like Peak District, Lake District. Haven't been to the Lake District since I was 12. That's 30 years ago. 31 years ago. That was in 1988. Was the last time I was there, so it's probably changed a lot. Yorkshire Dales, Yorkshire Moors, Northumberland, Norfolk Broads, Wales in general. I mean, I've been to Wales before a few times. There's some quite nice places there. Cornwall and Devon, obviously, and explore a bit more of the South Downs as well. Of course, Scotland and the islands like Shetland, possibly Northern Ireland. You know, a bit of a touristy type thing, really, but there are places there I like to see. Going a bit more further afield is Norway and Sweden, and I'd love to go back to Iceland again. Canada's another place I'm looking to go to, possibly South Africa and Sicily in Italy, but that's not a good place to go at the moment because the volcano's kind of erupting. So those are my plans for 2019. I still have a few things going on. That means I might be getting some more photography work my way, which would be great. Doing that instead of doing my day job would be just fantastic. So fingers crossed for that. I didn't get onto the Sky Arts Master of Photography for this year, which is a pity though. I mean, they said I was in the shortlist, but they might say that to everybody, I don't know. So yeah, those are my plans. Looking back at 2018 a bit more, sort of like generally, not for me but generally, you've got quite a few sort of camera launches at the end of the year. Yeah, Nikon step in with their two mirrorless full frame cameras, the Z6 and the Z7. You had Canon with their EOS R, and of course Panasonic announcing their first full frame mirrorless as well. And yeah, it could be an interesting year, 2019. Got some more cameras coming our way. Hopefully not too far away. I mean, Canon has supposedly got a much higher megapixel mirrorless with 2 card slots, not 1, 2 card slots, coming in 2019, along with a base version which is below the current one, which I find a bit strange. That's the rumours anyway. Whether it's true or not is another matter. talk about a Z9 from Nikon, which is supposed to be a lower pixel count than even the Z6, but it's supposed to have 2 XQD card slots, much better autofocus. I think it's more sort of a D5, D6, though the D6 isn't out. Apparently there's supposed to be a D6 coming as well. So yes, that's going to be interesting as well. That's supposed to be, I suppose it's their version of the A7S that Sony have, which is a lower megapixel but very good at video. It seems to be a video-centric camera, very much. So yes, we'll have to see how that comes. And of course Sony A7R4 could be coming out 2019 or 2020, depending on how Nikon and Canon's entrance into the full frame mirrorless camera system go. I mean, to be quite honest, I don't understand why Canon didn't just get a 5D Mark IV body, take out the mirror and everything, and maybe slim it down a little bit, but not too much, and keep the flange distance the same between the sensor and the lens mount, and then all their EF lenses would have just gone boom straight on, no problem. Then would have been fantastic, still 2 card slots and everything. But no, still it looks more comfortable to hold than the Nikons, but the Nikons of course they don't have that weird bar thing on the top. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for the year. I look forward to seeing you guys again next year, hopefully very soon.